Right on time, right on the second. How are you? How are you, everybody? Steve's Virtual Piano Bar here from metropolitan downtown Vanderbilt. This town has about 500 people. Yeah. I don't know where they are because I don't really see many people around, but, I guess they're here. Of course, we're right next to the Pigeon River Forest here, and we have a lot of wilderness area here. So some of them are camped out in the woods. But anyway, I'm rambling. I'm just going to play a song. I was going over this song that I haven't played in years, and it's just a kind of a nice little song with a little nice easy swing beat. Day by day, I'm falling more in love with you. Day by day, my love seems to grow. There isn't any end to my devotion. It's deeper, dear, by far than any ocean. I know that day by day you're making all my dreams come true. And day by day our love seems to grow. I'm yours alone, and we're in love to stay as we go through the years, day by day. I'm falling more in love with you, and day by day my love seems to grow. There isn't any end to my devotion. It's deeper, dear, by far than any ocean. I know that day by day you're making all my dreams come true. So come what may, I want you to know I'm yours alone, and we're in love to stay as we go through the years, as we go through the years, as we go through the years, day by day. Hey, Ron Melman is in the house, and Janice from Traverse City. Nice to see you guys, as they say in Chicago. I know that if you're on Facebook, you don't get to see the YouTube comments, but Janice checking in from Traverse City. Nice to see you. One of the top jazz fans in northern Michigan. Good. Well, it's good to see you guys. I'm going to be appearing live on a live gig. Imagine that. I've played very few live gigs this winter, but I did Valentine's Day here in Vanderbilt at the local restaurant, and that was so much fun. It really was. And I'm going to be playing in Grand Rapids tomorrow night, Monday, March 24th. That's obviously tomorrow. And I'll be at the Casino Club. It's sponsored by the Western Michigan Jazz Society, and that is 3260 Plainfield Avenue Northeast. Anyway, you can look it up. Casino Club in Grand Rapids. By chance, you want to stop by and see it live. I'm under the name of Tim Franzak Trio. Tim Franzak called me up months ago and asked me to do this gig, and I said yes. So, hey. Oh, good. Brad is here. Hey, Brad. From Boston. Get that? His name is Brad, starts with a B, and he's in Boston, at least the Boston area. It starts with a B. There we go. I'm going to do a song because I know, I'm not sure if they're watching right now, but I was talking to somebody, one of my neighbors, and they were talking about Marion McPartland, and she had that radio show on NPR where she did piano jazz, and she would interview piano players. But anyway, Marion McPartland was a great pianist, of course, in her own right. She performed all over in New York City at some of the famous jazz clubs in New York City. And little trivia, she had Joe Morello on drums before Joe Morello joined Dave Brubeck, I believe. And I got to meet Marion McPartland at least once in Chicago. And she also is a songwriter, so I'm going to do one of her songs called "Time and Time Again." It's a very unusual song, but if my neighbor here is watching, you'll get to hear this song by Marion McPartland called "Time and Time Again." It's an instrumental. It's obviously in a minor key. That would be F minor, if you're taking notes. Okay, let me get into the mood here. It's very kind of a mysterious mood. Yeah, that's called "Time and Time Again" by an original song, of course, by Marion McPartland, famous jazz musician. She got her last name because she was married to Jimmy McPartland, who was a legendary trumpeter, cornet player, I believe back in the 20s. And he was part of the Austin High Gang, played the Chicago-style jazz. And Marion McPartland was British. She's from England. So that must have been interesting combination. And I had a friend in Arizona whose mother was married to Jimmy McPartland, I think before he was married to Marion McPartland. So it was, anyway, something like that. So he was very close with Marion McPartland. Had a lot of interesting stories. But anyway, I digress. oldie but goodie, Henry Mancini, the days of, look, the motion detector turns these lights off. It drives me crazy. Come on, motion detector. Here we go. There we go. It looks a little better with the lights on. Days of Wine and Roses, anyway. The days of wine and roses, laugh and run away like a child at play through the meadowland toward a closing door, a door marked nevermore that wasn't there before. The lonely night discloses just a passing breeze filled with memories of a lonely child that introduced me to the days of wine and roses and you. Of wine and roses, laugh and run away like a child at play through the meadowland toward a closing door, a door marked nevermore that wasn't there before. The lonely night discloses just a passing breeze filled with memories of a lonely child that introduced me to the days of wine and roses. The days of wine and roses. Don't get carried away. The days of wine and roses and you. All right. Thank you all for coming once again to Steve's virtual piano bar. I've been doing it every Sunday night. However, I don't know if some of you get here early, you get to see my preview, my pre-video before we start 8 o'clock, and I have scenes from Mackinac Island. So it's bringing back memories of the last 4 full seasons I've been on Mackinac Island, and before that for partial seasons. So I'll be starting at the Woods Restaurant on Mackinac Island, May 23rd. So yeah, I hope some of you come up and see me. I know some of my friends are coming up during the Jazz Festival, and that should be fun. They have a Jazz Festival every Labor Day weekend at the Grand Hotel, and I'm getting paid by the Grand Hotel, but I'm working a couple miles away from the Grand Hotel at a restaurant that they own, and they'll be having the Jazz Festival as usual. But remember, Labor Day weekend is very early this year. I think it starts on August 30th, since Labor Day falls on September 1st, which is Monday, I believe. You can check it. You can go online and check that all out with the Grand Hotel website. So thank you. The great Michel Legrand did this song. Oh, let someone start believing in you. Let him hold out his hand. Let him touch you and watch what happens. One someone who can look in your eyes and see into your heart. Let him hold you and watch what happens. Cold. No, I can't believe your heart is cold. Maybe just afraid to be broken again. Oh, let someone with that deep love to give that deep love to you, and what magic you'll see. Let someone give his heart, someone who cares like me. Oh, let someone start believing in you. Let him hold out his hand. Let him touch you and watch what happens. One someone who can look in your eyes and see into your heart. Let him hold you and watch what happens. Cold. No, I can't believe your heart is cold. Maybe just afraid to be broken again. Oh, let someone with that deep love to give that deep love to you, and what magic you'll see. Let someone give his heart, someone who cares like me. Okay, it's time to maybe do a little Sinatra. Or how are you guys doing out there? Yeah, Ron, it's good to see you. Ron, I want to talk to you about something. Maybe in the next couple days I'll give you a call. Yeah, and I'm trying to think if there's a Sinatra song that I haven't done in a while. I do. So many. Well, getting ready for Mackinac Island. This is one of the favorites up there. I play this so often, but I do love the song. And I think about this when I hear this song. I picture looking out over Lake Huron from the cupola of the Grand Hotel and looking at the ripples on Lake Huron and Mackinac Bridge in the distance on the right, and open water as far as you can see on the left, and it's just amazing. And Frank Sinatra did this song. Oh, the summer wind came blowing in across the sea. It lingered there to touch your hair and walk with me. All summer long we sang a song and we strolled the golden sand. Two sweethearts and the summer wind, like painted kites The days and nights went flying by. The world was new beneath the blue umbrella sky. But softer than a piper man, one day he called to you. I lost you to the summer wind. Take it, Steve. Another one, Steve. Okay. The autumn wind, the winter winds have come and gone, but still the days, the lonely days go on and on. And guess who sighs his lullabies through nights that never end? My fickle friend, the summer wind. The summer wind. I can see it now from the cupola. The summer wind blowing across Lake Huron. Yep. Alan Bandar and Diane are watching in the house in Steve's virtual piano bar. Thanks for coming, guys. I'm going to do a little ballad. This is a song when I played my very first gigs. Back when I couldn't even drive to the gigs. I had to get a ride from somebody in the band who could drive. And so this song was played practically every gig. And it's not played so much anymore, although this summer, I'll tell a quick story. These singers would come into the Grand Hotel and play in the ballroom. And occasionally I would play in there with them. And this young singer, 22 years old, very, very good singer from New York City, said, "Hey, I want to play this song. It's called Talk of the Town." I go, "What? Talk of the Town?" I used to do that ages ago, decades ago. Anyway, so she sings this song. And as a side note, she wanted to do it in the key of B, 5 sharps. Nobody could talk her out of doing it in a different key, so we did it in 5 sharps. I'm going to do it in a key of F. Thank you very much. And we have a request from Brad. I'll get to that. I think I do, Brad. I got to. I can't show my face. Can't go any place. People stop and stare. It's so hard to bear. Everybody knows you left me. It's the talk of the town. Oh, every time we meet, my heart skips a beat. We don't even speak, though it's been a week. Everybody knows you left me. It's the talk of the town. Sent out invitations to friends and relations, announcing our wedding day. Friends and relations give congratulations. What can you tell them? What can you say? Let's make up, sweetheart. Say we'll never part. Don't let foolish pride keep you from my side. How could love like ours be ended? It's the talk of the town. is in the house. We sent out invitations to friends and relations, announcing our wedding day. Friends and relations give congratulations. What can you tell them? What can you say? Let's make up, sweetheart. Say we'll never part. Don't let foolish pride keep you from my side. How could love like ours be ended? It's the talk of the town. It's the talk of the town. Yeah, that's an old song. I bet you Miles knows that one. Talk of the Town. You ever do that song, Miles? I think it kind of went out of style for about 44 decades, and it's kind of making a comeback now. Oh, my. Well, spring is in the air, so I might throw in some songs about spring. I think I'm going to, in the past, I've done a spring special. And, oh, by the way, speaking of summer, I was talking about, anyway, summer is coming after spring. And I am going to be going to the Copenhagen Jazz Festival, July 5th. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be playing at it. I've got some gigs lined up, and I'll be playing as a sideman at the Copenhagen Jazz Festival. So I'm really excited about that. That's, Denmark, by the way. I've never been there before. So that's the exciting news. Yay! It could happen to you. It happened to me. All I did was wonder how your arms would be. And it happened to me. That's a good song. Hide your heart from sight. Lock your dreams at night. It could happen to you. Don't count stars or you might stumble. Someone drops a sigh and down you tumble. Keep an eye on spring. Run when church bells ring. It could happen to you. All I did was wonder how your arms would be. And it happened to me. Your heart from sight. Lock your dreams at night. It could happen to you. Don't count stars or you might stumble. Someone drops a sigh and down you tumble. Keep an eye on spring. Run when church bells ring. It could happen happened to you. All I did was wonder how your arms would be. And it happened, and it happened, and it happened to me. All right. Hey, Miles is giving me the reminder. It's just about time to take a little pause for the cause here. The musicians, sometimes like to take breaks. Some don't. There's musicians I run into. In fact, in Mackinac Island, there's a music staff of about, 12 musicians, give or take, at the Grand Hotel. And there's a couple of guys there, they just don't want to take breaks. They just play through hell or high water. And actually, one of the guys did get a little hand issue. And anyway, I'm looking forward to going back to Mackinac Island, too. And also, as I mentioned earlier, if you just got here, I'm aside from the big news is I'm going to Copenhagen July 5th for the Copenhagen Jazz Festival to play. And I'm also playing tomorrow night, Monday night in Grand Rapids at the Casino Club and on Plainfield Avenue Northeast. So if you're so inclined to come by the Casino Club. It's sponsored by the Western Michigan Jazz Society. It starts at 6:30 p.m. Under the headliner of the Tim Franzak Trio. Tim Franzak is one of the legendary drummers from southwestern Michigan. He's amazing drummer, first call drummer especially down in that area. And I'm very proud to have asked by him to play as a part of his trio for the Western Michigan Jazz Society. Tomorrow night, Monday, March 24th, 6:30 p.m. at the Casino Club in Grand Rapids. All right, so, okay, I'm going to take a little break. I guess I'm blabbing as it is, so might as well keep blabbing while I'm opening this little teeny tiny bottle of wine, Clos de Bois. That's my favorite. And we're still having some cold weather up here in northern Michigan. It's hard to believe. We had a 70-degree day, and then it went down to it's been single digits since then. So, but it's going to be a busy time getting ready to go to the island. And by the way, I don't think I'm going to be able to do the broadcast from the island. I'm going to be busy teaching my jazz piano Zoom class, Zoom group, and I'll be starting that session on June 1st. So that's going to keep me busy. I am going to be taking some time off, obviously, to go to Copenhagen. I'm playing on July 4th for a big private gig on the island that I had booked many months ago. So I have to do that. So I'm leaving July 5th for Copenhagen. Yeah, I can't believe it. I have to pinch myself. It's kind of cool. So, ready? Oh, little tiny pop. Very tiny. Oh, well. So, I'm going to pour a little bit. Get back here, away from the keyboard. Oh, just a little bit today. I think wine will keep for a few days, won't it? I don't know. Anyway, cheers, everybody. L'chaim and Slancha, Sante, Prost. Cheers and all that. I wonder how you toast in Danish. Does anybody know how you say a toast in Danish? I guess I better learn. Cheers. Yeah, it's always dependable, that brand. And it's always on sale. All right. I always like to do Duke Ellington. Yeah, I'm going to be taking a lot of pictures and probably videos too, Ron. Okay, to Duke Ellington. Boy, that's a variety of songs to pick from. Cared much for moonlit skies. I never winked back at fireflies. Now that the stars are in your eyes, I'm beginning to see the light. I never went in for afterglow or candlelight on the mistletoe. Now when you turn that lamp down low, I'm beginning to see the light. Used to ramble through the park, shadow boxing in the dark. Then you came and caused a spark that's a four and I'm fire now. I never made love by lantern shine. I never saw rainbows in my wine. Now that your lips are burning mine, I'm beginning to see the light. Shadow boxing in the dark. Then you came and you caused a spark that's a four and I'm fire now. I never cared much for moonlit skies. I never winked back at fireflies. Now that the stars are in your eyes, I'm beginning to see the light. I'm beginning to see the light. Here's another beautiful Duke Ellington song that was actually written by his songwriting partner. I can't think of his name. I know you music fans out there will know the name of the songwriter who wrote some of the great songs for Duke Ellington, like Lush Life and some of those. But this is called Daydream. Billy Strayhorn. what a nice song. Billy Strayhorn wrote that song. He also wrote Take the A Train, Lush Life, and a bunch of other songs for Duke Ellington. Okay. Steve's Virtual Piano Bar. Hey, thanks for coming and gathering around the piano. I did this for so many years in Chicago and other places. One gig I had was out in Palm Desert. It was not in Palm Desert, the town next to Palm Desert. I forget the name of the little town, and it was a very nice resort with a piano bar, and it was one of the few gigs I've ever played in California. But it was the same idea of playing with people sitting around the piano and playing songs for them. It was really a lot of fun. I just played a few nights there, 3 or 4 nights in this resort. I can't remember the name of the resort, I know it was right next to Palm Desert out there in the Palm Springs area. So it wasn't Palm Springs, but it was a littler town with a resort. I'll have to look that up and get back to you on that. But what an amazing area it was then. I think this was in the 70s when I played there. It's probably completely changed since then. I don't know. But they did have piano bars then in the 70s. Piano bars are kind of not as, there's the old school piano bars are certainly fading out a little bit. Now the new thing is dueling pianos, which I don't know. I very rarely get into that kind of shtick that they do with the dueling pianos. They have a kind of a shtick that goes with it. It's just very interesting. Anyway. Okay. So many songs. It's like a candy store with all the great songs from the Great American Songbook. How do you pick a song? There's so many great ones. Sometimes I'll go into a blues thing to play some blues, but of course Duke Ellington had some blues tunes. And one song that I haven't learned yet I like is it's a Duke Ellington song. Well, the reason I haven't learned it is because I can't remember the name of it, possibly. But I Didn't Know About You. That's a beautiful Duke Ellington song. Beautiful Duke Ellington song. I always like to do some Jobim too, so let's see. One of my favorite Jobim songs, and you've heard me, if you've been here at all, you've heard me do this one before, but I just love it. Sky, so vast is the sky, with faraway clouds traveling by. Where do they go? I don't know, don't know. Wind that speaks to the trees, telling stories that no one believes. Stories of love belong to you and me. Oh, Gingy, if I only had words, I would say all the beautiful things that I see when you're with me. Oh, my Gingy. Oh, Gingy, like the song of the wind in the trees, that's how my heart is singing, Gingy. Happy Gingy when you're with me. I love you more each day, yes I do, yes I do. I'd let you go away if you take me with you. Don't you know, Gingy, I'm a river that can't find the sea. That would be me without you, my Gingy. If I only had words, I would say all the beautiful things that I see when you're with me, oh my Gingy. Oh Gingy, like the song of the wind in the trees, that's how my heart is singing, Gingy. Happy Gingy, when you're with me. I love you more each day, yes I do, yes I do. I'd let you go away if you take me with you. Don't you know, Gingy, I'd be running and searching for you like a river that can't find the sea. That would be me without you, my Gingy. Yeah, nice relaxing song by Jobim about Gingy searching for the sea. Actually, one of my very favorite Jobim songs is one that I don't play because it's so hard. It's called Waters of March. And I've been working on this song for years. I've been working on it somewhat. It's I think I love listening to it more than I do working on it to try to play it. It's an amazing song. There are so many versions of it on YouTube that you can go crazy. Some are better than others. I do have my favorite version, which is this little Brazilian girl. She has to be about 9-10 years old. She sings it with her dad playing the piano. It's just very cool. Anyway, hey, Niall from Jakarta, Indonesia has checked in. He's going to say, if you're on Facebook, you won't see his message, but I'm going to put the message on the screen. Niall is a friend of mine from who played on this music staff with me at the Grand Hotel on Mackinac Island. Hey, Niall, have you got your dates when you're coming to the island? Okay, Miles, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate your saying hi. And Miles Green, Chicago jazz pianist, stopping in to say hello. Geez, we got jazz pianists out in the audience. Ron Melman, pianist. Miles Green and Niall from Jakarta. So thanks for coming by, you guys. That's very heartwarming to have my brothers in sound coming to the Steve's Virtual Piano Bar. I'm going to do one that I know that they're going to do at the Copenhagen Jazz Festival. By the way, Niall, I just got word that I'm playing at the Copenhagen Jazz Festival this summer in July 5th through the 10th. And I've already got a sub for me at the Grand Hotel. So anyway, that's the big news. They have a band in Copenhagen called the Kansas City Stompers, and they play straight ahead swing and jazz with excellent musicians. I mean, the Copenhagen musicians are great because so many of the American musicians lived there in the 50s and 60s. These guys grew up with the authentic jazz musicians living in Copenhagen, and they play their asses off. And they're just great. I haven't met very many of them. I met a couple of them. Jesper Thilo, great tenor sax player from Copenhagen, came to Chicago, and I played with him. And I played with a Swedish jazz singer in Sedona. Anyway, I'm going to play a song that they're going to play for sure because it's a traditional swing jazz song. Because you're going to go to the sunny side of the street, and everybody knows this is an old swing jazz tune. Get your coat and grab your hat. Leave your worries on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear that pitter-pat? And that hurried beat is your step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with those blues on parade. Now I'm not afraid. This rover crossed over. If I never had a cent, I'd be rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street. Take it. That's jazz, man. Your coat and grab your hat. Leave your worries on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear that pitter-pat? And that hurried beat is your step. Life can be so sweet. The sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with those blues on parade. Now I'm not afraid. This rover crossed over. If I never had a cent, I'd be rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street. Sunny side of the street. Wow, well, thank you all for coming to see. I'm going to play a couple more songs, but just like to remind you, I do have a Venmo and PayPal. If you want to leave a tip, that's perfectly acceptable. If you're able or inclined to leave a tip, and if not, that's okay too. But I just want to let you know this option is available. So thank you for coming, everybody, and going to I'll be happy to take a request if it's a song I know. If it's a song I don't know, I might not be inclined to play it. So, but you never know. I have tried songs that I don't know before, and it doesn't go very well sometimes. But yeah, it's coming on close to 9:00 here in northern Michigan. And I do like the songs of Nat King Cole. I think of some of his songs. You know, sometimes if I pick a song that I haven't done in a while, that's dangerous because I usually remember the chords and the melodies, but the lyrics, boy. Yeah. Ron has picked an interesting song. And I haven't done it in a long time, so hey. But I have done it, so. Sinatra did this song called There Is No You. And It's funny. I was kind of thinking about this song. I did not get a chance to rehearse it, so I'm going to be I'm going to be walking on the edge of the cliff here. So we'll see what happens. But a song Frank Sinatra did called "I Feel the Autumn Breeze," and from that day never more will I say there's no you. But it's kind of a sad song, but it kind of has a happy ending if you listen carefully to the lyrics. So I feel the autumn breeze. It steals across my pillow as soft as a will-o'-the-wisp. And in its song there is sadness because there's no you. The lonely autumn trees, how softly they're sighing, for summer is dying. They know that in my heart there is no gladness because there's no you. The park that we walked in, the garden we talked in, how lonesome they seem in the fall. The stormy clouds hover and falling leaves cover our favorite nook in the wall. In spring we'll meet again. We'll kiss and recapture the summertime rapture we knew. And from that day nevermore will I say there's no you. Park that we walked in, the garden we talked in, how lonesome they seem in the fall. Stormy clouds hover and falling leaves cover our favorite nook in the wall. In spring we'll meet again. We'll kiss and recapture that summertime rapture we knew, and from that day nevermore will I say there's no you. Yeah, what a beautiful song. And I'm sorry I can't remember who the songwriter is for that song. But Harold Arlen wrote this song. Thanks. Here's a Harold Arlen song before we say goodbye. Oh, let's fall in love. Why shouldn't we fall in love? Our hearts are made of it. Let's take a chance. Why be afraid of it? Let's close our eyes and make our own paradise. Little we know of it, still we can try to make a go of it. We might have been meant for each other, to be or not to be. Let our hearts discover. Let's fall in love. Why shouldn't we fall in love? Now is the time for it while we are young. Let's fall in love. Let's fall in love. fall in love. Why shouldn't we fall in love? Our hearts are made of it. Let's take a chance. Why be afraid of it? Let's close our eyes and make our own paradise. Little we know of it, so we can try to make a go of it. We might have been meant for each other, to be or not to be, let our hearts discover. Let's fall in love. Why shouldn't we fall in love? Now is the time for it while we are young. Let's fall in love. Let's fall in love. All right. Janice says her mom and dad would dance to this song in the kitchen. All right. It brings back memories. And Carl Schumann out in Santa Fe. Hey, Carl, I didn't know you were out in the audience tonight. But There's No You is by Hal Hopper and Tom Adair. That answers that question. Now we know. So thank you. All right. Every time we say goodbye, I just die a little. And there happens to be a song with those lyrics by Cole Porter. Every time we say goodbye, I die a little. Every time we say goodbye, I wonder why a little. Why the gods above me, who must be in the know, think so little of me, they allow you to go. When you're near, there's such an air of spring about it. I can hear a lark somewhere begin to sing about it. There's no love song finer, but how strange the change from major to minor. Every time we say goodbye. When you're near, there's such an air of spring about it. I can hear a lark somewhere begin to sing about it. There's no love song finer, but how strange the change from major to minor. Every time we say goodbye. See you again real soon because we like you. Thanks, everybody. Steve's Virtual Piano Bar. And we'll see you next time. Just a couple more piano bars left before I go bye-bye for the season. Jam-packed season. I wish I had time to keep doing it because I love doing these piano bars and hanging out with you guys. And I don't know, maybe some miracle will happen where I can fit a few of them in this summer, but we'll see. Anyway, thanks again, everybody. And thanks for coming tonight. Love you all.